You hear what the people said. Verse 6, with that, since Daniel prophesied of the angel of the Most High waiting to destroy these two wicked elderly men that lied on our sister of Judah. With that, all the assembly cried out with a loud voice and praised the Most High. Hear that? Praise the Most High, who saveth them that trust in him. He saveth them that trust, have faith in him. That trust is faith in him. And they arose against the two elders, for Daniel had convicted them of false witness. They lied on the daughter of Judah by their own mouth. And according to the law of Moses, they did unto them in such sort as they maliciously intended to do to their neighbor. And they put them to death. They put them two old geezers. Now go to Acts the 4th chapter. Acts the 4th chapter. You know, we got some wickedness in Israel too. And they are 2/3 of our people are our enemy. Acts 4, we're going to look at verse 33. And when great power, this spiritual power, you see power, that spiritual power, gave the apostles witness of the resurrection of a MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI, and great grace was upon them all. That grace is only upon the Israelites. Now we're going to prove that in Wisdom of Solomon 4:15. But you can write down Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9 also. But right to the point, in a shorter matter, to prove it, is Wisdom of Solomon 4:15. To prove that the grace and the mercy is only to the Israelites. It says, this the people saw. Is Wisdom of Solomon 4:15. This the people saw and understood it not. Neither laid they up this in their minds, that his grace and mercy is with his saints. Okay? His grace and mercy is with his saints. Who are the saints? Saints are defined in Psalms 148:14. Grace and mercy is with his saints. Psalms 148:14. Y'all talking about y'all Gentiles and y'all under grace. You're not under no grace if you're a Gentile. Listen, grace and mercy is with his saints. Who the saints? Psalms 148:14 defines the saints, who also exalted the horn, which is the power of his people, the praise of all his saints. Here's the definition of saints. Even of the children of Israel. Who are we? A people near to the Most High. Praise ye the Most High. So that defines the saints. So his mercy and grace is to his saints. Point blank. So now, going back to Acts the 4th chapter, now that we know that this mercy and grace is to his saints, verse 33 again. Acts 4:33. And with great power, that spiritual power, gave the apostles the witness of the resurrection of a MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI, and great grace was upon them all. Grace is getting something you don't deserve. Mercy is not getting something that you do deserve to get. Simple definition. Said, neither was there any among them that lacked. See, none of us among we the 12 tribes of Israel at this time, mainly Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and all the other tribes that was with us, nobody lacked. For as many as were possessors of lands, of houses, sold them, and brought the prices of the things that were sold. So they sold the houses and the lands, and they bought the prices of the lands and the houses that they had received the money for, and selling them to the apostles, and laid them down at the apostles' feet. Listen, and distribution was made unto every man according as he had need. This is what the church is supposed to be about. Supposed to collect the monies, take care of the business, and distribution supposed to be made as every man according as he had need. And Joseph, who by the apostles was surnamed Barnabas, which is being interpreted the son of consolation, a Levite, and of the country of Cyprus, having land, sold it, and brought the money and laid it at the apostles' feet. So he had land, he sold it, and he laid the money at the apostles' feet. The distribution could be made to all those that had a need. Right? That's a vow they made. That they're going to sell the land. So they didn't sell the lands and the houses and was poor, homeless. They had, we had money. We was rolling. Acts 5:1. Check this out. But a certain man named Ananias, with Sapphira, his wife, sold the possessions. So they sold the possessions. They made a vow that they're going to sell their possessions. They're going to lay it at the apostles' feet so that distribution could be made as there was a need for the people. That's what the church is supposed to be about. As there's a need, you should be able to go to church and receive for your need. But a certain man named Ananias and Sapphira, his wife, sold a possession and kept back part of the price. His wife also being privy to it. So they plotted together. We're going to hold back some of this. We ain't giving it all to them. But they made this vow and brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet. So you bring the whole price of the sale and put it at the apostles' feet. They kept back some. We're going to keep some of this money. But Peter said, Ananias, why is Satan filled thine heart? Why you let Satan come into your mind to lie to the Holy Spirit and to keep back part of the price of the land? While it remained, was it not thine own? While you had the money, wasn't it yours to be able to do what you're supposed to do? And after it was sold, was it not in thine own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thine heart? Why you conceive this thing in your mind? Thou was not lying unto men. You ain't lying unto us, but unto the Most High. And Ananias, hearing these words, fell down and gave up the ghost. He died right there. And great fear came on all them that heard these things. And the young men arose, wound him up, and carried him out and buried him. Ain't no funeral here. They carried him out and buried him. And it was about the space of 3 hours after. His wife probably wondering, where Ananias? He ain't came back yet. About the space of 3 hours later, when his wife, not knowing what was done, she didn't know what had happened, came in. And Peter answered unto her, tell me whether you sold the land for so much. Tell me you sold the land for whatever amount that Ananias said in that telling that lie that they sold it for. Did y'all sell it for this much? And she said, yeah, for so much. That's right, for that much. Knowing what they'd implied it privately, they said, we're going to say we sold it for this much. So here she come, hearing the same lie that they made up. Peter know what he said, conveyed it to her, and she said, yeah, for so much. Then Peter said unto her, how is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Most High? Behold, the feet of them which have carried thy husband are at the door, and shall carry thee out. Then fell she down straightway at his feet, and yielded up the ghost, died right there. And the young men came in and found her dead, and carrying her forth, buried her by her husband. Wickedness in our nation. And great fear came upon all the church. See, the Most High get our attention with death. Sent that death angel. And great fear came upon all the church. And upon as many as heard these things. Scared them to death. That's why I say, about the Ecclesiasticus 39:28. I say, Fearful thing to fall in the hands of living power. But people think they can play with them. Ecclesiasticus 39:28. That's what David crying for. To the Most High for. Against his enemies. There be spirits or angels, like you say, send an angel of the Most High to destroy them. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on soul strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. That's the Most High. What are they? Fire and hell and famine and death. He sent that death angel after Ananias and Sapphira. That's a death angel. All these were created for vengeance. Hear that? Not only that, he said teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. Where they at? They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth, right here on this earth, when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not, I repeat, they shall not transgress his word. They're going to do exactly what the Most High tells them to do. Thus say the Most High, there it is. So look at Psalms 104:4. Just to show you that spirits of the Most High, like David crying for the angel of the Most High. You see spirits, or you can see angels. Either or. Same thing. Same entity. Psalms 104:4. Who maketh his angels spirits. See? Who maketh his angels spirits. His ministers a flaming fire. So, and that fire is defined in Jeremiah 23:29. Jeremiah 23:29. Is not my word like as a fire, said the Most High, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces? See? So, his word is like fire. So the angel's going to fulfill the word of the Most High. Go get them. Go do this. Go do that. They're going to be on the earth ready for the commandment of the Most High. They're not going, be disobedient to his word. Understand this. So Psalms 35 and 7. For without cause have they hid from me their net in a pit, which without cause they have digged for my soul, he said. They didn't have a cause to do what they're doing, but they're doing it. Psalms 9, Psalms the 9th chapter, the 15th verse. Psalms 9. Without a cause, they're looking to hurt him or hurt us without a true cause, a righteous cause in what they're trying to do. Psalms 9:15. Thus say the Most High, the heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. Hear that? He said the heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. They're making a pit to try and catch one of us, or catch David in, and catch one of us in. But the heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. In the net which they hid in their own foot is their own foot taken. What's that say? The net that they set up to try and get us or get him, he said their own foot is taken. Falling headlong. Psalms 7, the 7th chapter, verse 11. The Most High judges the righteous, and we know the righteous are those that keep the commandments of the Most High. And the Most High is angry with the wicked when? Every day. Hear that? The Most High is angry with the wicked every day. Every day. He says he's angry with the wicked. It says, if he turn not, he will whet his sword. Most High got a sword. He said he whet his glittering sword. He have bent his bow and made it ready. He got his missiles ready. He have also prepared for him the instruments of death. Hear that? Most High prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows, which we can only look at nuclear missiles, against the persecutors. Oh yeah, that's payback. He said, behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and have conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood over and over again. Lied about everything. He made a pit. He made a pit, made a trap, trying to trap us up, and digged it in. And it's falling into the ditch which he made. Hear that? That's what David prayed for. Here it is. It's happening. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealings shall come down upon his own pate. Then you know what he had planned is going to happen to him, as it is written. Colossians 3:25. Colossians 3:25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. And there is no respect of persons. Most High have no respect of persons. You do wrong, you're going to receive for the wrong which you have done. Most High said, and there's no respect of persons. Isaiah 59. Isaiah the 59th chapter. And verse 4. Isaiah 59 and 4. None calleth for justice, Most High said. None calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth. Who is it saying that we got to come back to the Most High's laws and commandments and be justified in our faith in the Most High? Who's saying that? What's the truth? Psalms 119, 142. Let's sing it together, class. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. See? Say, none calleth for justice, nor any pleaded for truth. Nobody pleading for the Most High's commandments or what it says in this book, the Bible, the laws of the Most High to come forth. They trust in vanity and speak lies, as we done heard. They trust in vanity and speak lies. So you go back to the beginning of this lesson, you'll see how they put a flood of lies, but the history and the Bible prophecies and understanding the precepts and archaeology and anthropology that we have seen at the earth and open up her mouth to help us to know this truth, man. Through different books that's been read, and we have different books from all over the world now, not just here in America, wicked America, but all over the world to prove the facts of this Bible is true. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. That's what they do. They say they hatch cockatrice eggs, and weave the spider's web. He that eateth of their eggs dieth, and that which is crushed breaketh out into a viper. Woo! No matter how it is, then you know, from an egg come what? Lineage. A snake. Poisonous snake. Serpent. Dragon. It says, their webs shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. So it's going to be exposed. Their works are works of iniquity. You hear that? Their works are works of iniquity, wickedness. Most High made them for the day of evil. And the act of violence is in their hands. Look at all the places that America has bombed. You'd be surprised, man. They bombed a lot of places, man. Violence in their hands. Remember they said in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, that's when salvation, righteousness is coming on this earth. They're going to say, we wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we've gone through deserts where they lay no way. But as for the way of the Most High and the YAHAWASHI, we have not known it. This here it is. Verse 7, their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Come on. Look at all the innocent blood that's been shed. The people not fighting the war, these are civilians that are dying. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste, they're in a hurry to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wickedness, wasting and destruction are in their paths. You can't deny that. You can't deny it. Because that's what it says in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. In the end, what they're going to say. Like I say, the past, the present, the future is all here. Say the way of peace they know not. And there is no judgment in their goings. There's no righteous judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. Hear that? They have made them crooked paths. That's why I say, hey, you're going to die by the sword. You join unto them, you're going to die by the sword. We read that in Isaiah 13 and 15. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. You ain't going to know no peace. Therefore is judgment far from us. Neither does justice overtake us. We wait for light. We wait for light. The light is the commandments of the Most High, the laws of the Most High. But behold, obscurity. Man, you. Like I said, they don't know the way. They don't have a path. You want the light. You want that's Proverbs 6:23 defines the light. The law is the light. The laws of the Most High. He wrote with his finger the work of the Most High. You wait for the laws of the Most High, the commandments of the Most High. But behold, obscurity. You ain't getting nothing. You know, gloominess and blackness for brightness, but we walk in darkness. The majority of our people walk in darkness because when he told Esau to get into darkness in Isaiah 47 and 5, he put the people in gross darkness in Isaiah 16 and 2. That's why he's saying what he's saying. Where he said he's going to let his light shine upon only some of us that care to know. That's why I say go to Job, 5th chapter. Job 5 and verse 12. Job, the 5th chapter, verse 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He's trying to set all these traps up. Most I said, hey, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, the things that they're trying to set up against the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. They can't do what they want to do. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong, so they make them fall right on their face. They meet with darkness, see, in the daytime. They can't do nothing but read in darkness. He told them, be silent, get there in the darkness. They meet in darkness, as you see, in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night. Because they can't come out of this darkness. Most High, he's a man, he ain't a man that he should lie. Say, but he saveth the poor from the sword. Hear that? He saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth. Those that are poor in spirit, those that are going to operate in keeping the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments, having faith in the Most High. He saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. So the poor has hope. Poor have hope. And iniquity stop of her mouth. Hear that? Wickedness going to stop her mouth. Ain't going to say nothing. All praise to the Most High. Psalm 35 and 8. Psalms 35 and 8. We precept in Psalms 35. Psalm 35 and 8. Let destruction come upon him at unawares when you don't know what is coming. And let his net that he hath hid catch himself. We done heard this already. The conclusion of the whole matter, he done already said it. And let his net that he hath hid catch himself. Into that very destruction let him fall. See? Like I say, that's what they're going to say. No matter how you look at it, the end of the matter is told in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. We weird ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we've gone through deserts where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Most High, the MASHAYACH, we have not known it. Point blank. 1 Thessalonians 5. 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. Oh yeah. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. We'll start at verse 3. For when they shall say, peace and safety, then sudden destruction come up upon them, as travaileth upon a woman with child. A woman having contractions, when she having a baby. Say peace and safety. And you look around, every time we look around, there's some disasters happening, back to back to back to back to back. But when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come up upon them, as travaileth upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Hear that? Most I say they not going to escape. But ye brethren, the brethren that are of the 12 tribes of Israel are not in darkness. See, we're not in darkness. We're not ignorant. There's too much that's been given, much is required, but we're not ignorant to what time it is. We got the past, the present, and the future all here. For those that want to know, those that care about their own salvation. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. See, this day that's coming should not overtake us as a thief. A thief, you don't know when a thief coming. Say, you're all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. That's why you look at, go to YAHAWASHI in St. John, the 1st chapter. Because, you know, when you understand how the Bible is written, it's like hip top for the time that they can write it, and it's also in parable form, so that because it's not for everyone. But he said in St. John, the 1st chapter, in verse 4, it's in him was life, and the life was the light of men. So we define the light in Proverbs 6:23. The law is light. So with the law being the light, and the law is the light of men. The law is the light of men. The laws of the Most High. And the light shineth in darkness, see? The light shineth in darkness. So the light, which is the law, such commandments of the Most High, shineth in darkness, because remember, he put the people in gross darkness. As a matter of fact, before MASHAYACH even came, we go right to the point. 2nd Maccabees 6:6. In the Greek Empire, he's in the Roman Empire by the time you get to the speak on the MASHAYACH, he's in the Roman Empire. But when we go to the Greek Empire, in 2nd Ezra 6:6, it says this: neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. That's why you see, to the Jew and to the Gentile, to the Jew and to the Greek, to the Jew and to the barbarian, and whoever, all of us dealing with Corinthians, you know, Thessalonians. We're in the book of Thessalonians, Israelites that's living in that land, calling us by the lands that we lived in. So we wouldn't be called calling ourselves an Israelite or a Jew. Hear what it said? Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. That's in the Greek Empire, when the white man first came into power under Alexander the Greek. And once he died, 12 years as he reigned, from 20 to 32 years old, he set up his 4 generals, and it was against the law for us to call ourselves an Israelite or a Jew. And in the day of the king's birth, show you that we ain't deal with no birthdays. And in the day of the king's birth, every month, they were brought by bitter constraint. Hear that? Bitter constraint, because we wasn't dealing with no birthdays, to eat of the sacrifices. And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus, carrying ivy, carrying elephant trunks, man. Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, against us, the Israelites, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices. And whosoever would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles should be put to death. then might a man have seen the present misery. So you see, so this is the Greek Empire. So now, by the time you look at MASHAYACH coming on the earth, and why it's telling us in St. John, the 1st chapter and the 4th verse, in him was life. MASHAYACH, that's why he said in St. John 14:6, he say, I am the way to show you how to follow the truth, which is what? Psalms 119, 142, we can sing it together. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. So he the way that shows how to follow the laws of the Most High, the commandments of the Most High, that's going to lead to everlasting life. So the world and these preachers and these teachers, whoever they call themselves, so-called theologians in this world, are teaching you how not to come to everlasting life, but how to be thrown in the lake of fire. And with that, you could be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 5:19. I don't like to say things that can't prove it. Matthew 5:19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, which is the laws of the Most High, commandments, laws, same thing, and shall teach men so. We ain't under no law. We ain't under the law. We under grace. He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. We Gentiles. And we just read grace and mercy is only to the Israelites, to the saints. And we define the saints in Psalms 148:14. Okay? So hey, he should be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. So all you that believe the same way as these post-up-eating preachers are saying, telling you, you're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven also. But it's a condition, whosoever shall do the commandments and teach them, which is the commandments, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So you got your choice. So now MASHAYACH came back, and did he sin? Sin is transgression of the law. We read that earlier in 1 John 3 and 4. So did he sin? You say you supposed to be Christ-like because y'all trying to say this word Christian means, which it doesn't. It comes from a French word Cretan, which means poor fella or extremely stupid. Look it up for yourself. So now, in St. John 1 and 4, I digress. It says, in him was life, MASHAYACH was life, and the life was the light of men. See? You can't get around it. That light is defined in Proverbs 6:23. The law is light. And the light shineth in darkness. See? The light shineth in darkness. Ignorance, not knowing. In the Roman Empire. With Israelites that's been came on this earth and taught, man, you can't be no Israelite. You got to be like the heathen. You got to be like them. You know, that's what we did. You know, no doubt about it. I mean, it's just our problem is we don't know nothing about our story. If the only thing you think is slavery coming here to America, that's all you know. You don't know nothing about it yourself. This is us right here, 1 Maccabees 1. In verse 11, in those days went there out, this is the Greek Empire. When Alexander the Greek, you'll learn about him in school and history, say, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant, a contract agreement with the heathen that are round about us. But since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well, see? Then certain other people were so froward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Come on now. Could ask somebody, man. Going back to 1 Thessalonians. No, we're going back to St. John 1. So you see, in verse 5 it said, and the light shineth in darkness. And the darkness comprehended it not. But why would the darkness not comprehend it? Why do you think the people that's in darkness won't comprehend it? Because remember when he told Esau to get set up, he said, sit thee silent and get thee in the darkness. He put the people in what? Gross darkness. That's prophecy. That when he would come on the earth in power, rule, and authority, this is what he would do. This is what he done. Because he couldn't do it during the time we reading about David. David put all nations under subjection to Israelites. So he's not talking about, he prophesied, he's a prophet, he's prophesying about what's going to happen in the future. So, MASHAYACH, in the Roman Empire, the people are in gross darkness, gross ignorance. You see? That's why you see that there. Now going back to 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, and verse 5, it said, ye are all the children of light, the children that's keeping the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, and the children of the day. That's hip talk. In the daytime, it's what? It's light. We are not we are not of the night. We are not of the night nor of darkness. So the night represents what? It's dark. Darkness, ignorance. We're not of those that are ignorant, you know? Don't have any common sense. Therefore, let us not sleep. And when you sleep, you close your eyes, is what? You see darkness. It's hip talk. Therefore, let us not sleep, as do others, because they're in gross darkness. But let us watch and be sober, be focused. And don't be no drunkard. That's why they call them spirits. But they that sleep, sleep in the night. Hear that? They that sleep, sleep in the night. And they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us, who are of the day, be sober. First and foremost, you got to be focused. You can't be no drunkard. You got to be focused. Put it on the breastplate of faith and love. So we know faith is defined in Hebrews 11:1. Put on faith. What's faith? Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, something that you desire in the future, hope for, the evidence of things not seen. So faith is not something that you see, that you desire. It's the evidence of things hoped for. Something that you hope for is something that you hope to happen within a millisecond or however long it takes to happen, and believe that it's going to happen. That's why MASHAYACH told us in Mark 11:22. Mark 11:22, and the MASHAYACH answering said unto them, have faith in the Most High, believe in the Most High, trust in the Most High. We didn't see this in this lesson. So going back to 1 Thessalonians 5, and we're looking at verse 8. But let us, who are of the day, us that are following the commandments of the Most High, be sober, be focused, putting on the breastplate of faith, which is hope for something and desiring something that has not come, and believing in the Most High, trusting in the Most High. And love. What's love? How you define love? 2 John 6. So you got to have faith. You got to have that love. What's love? 2 John the 6th verse. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is a commandment that ye have heard from the beginning, that ye should walk in it. Walk after his commandments. That's love. Believing in the Most High, keeping his commandments. But let us, going back to 1 Thessalonians 5:8, but let us, who are of the day, we that are keeping the commandments of the Most High, and not in ignorance in the night or darkness, be sober, be focused. Don't be no drunkard, because you drunken bring you in darkness. That's why he said the night, a drunkard in the night, but they're drunken in darkness, meaning ignorance, because you can't be focused to be able to have your correct mindset in dealing with bringing forth what you need to bring forth, even in your own life, personally. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love. And for an helmet, that's what a helmet goes where? In your mind, on your head, the hope of salvation. Powers and authority that's coming to the Israelites on this earth. A righteous kingdom. For the Most High have not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation. Powers and authority by who? By our power. Our master, MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI, who died for us. That us is the 12 tribes of Israel. That whether we wake or sleep, whether we awoke during the time that a MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI come, or living during the time that a MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI come, or sleep, have died by SHAM MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI, we should live together with him. Wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do. That's why he said in 1 Thessalonians 4:16, For Mashiach Yahawashi himself shall descend from heaven. Like he ascended in Acts the 1st chapter, the 9th verse, he going to descend from heaven. Mashiach Yahawashi shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of the Most High. And the dead that have died by SHAM, Mashiach Yahawashi, in the name of the Lord and Savior, shall rise first. So they're going to rise first. Then we which are alive, that's why wake, like he said, wake, or alive, and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, in the chariots, in the UFOs, as they call them. We call them IFOs. They're not unidentified, they're identified. The chariots of the Most High, the angels of the Most High, to meet Mashiach Yahawashi in the air with the Most High. And so shall we ever be with the Most High while Mashiach Yahawashi. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. Hallelujah. So now, Most High will be there. Now go to Isaiah 13. We're still dealing with Psalm 35 and verse 8. Let destruction come upon him at unawares. He don't even know where it's coming from. And let his net that he hath hid catch himself. And to that very destruction let him fall, David said. We want Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13. And we're going to start at verse 6. Isaiah 13 and 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Most High, while Mashiach Yahawashi the Hayim is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Prophecy, y'all. It's going to come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart, every man's mind shall melt. When this day come, and they shall be afraid. You hear that? They shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. Man, that's, I can't imagine that. I just know women that have babies that really went through a lot of hard contractions. This is the worst thing they ever experienced. So this is how it's going to be, man. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Most High cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. So y'all talk about the Most High love the sinner. He hates the sin. Most High say he's going to destroy the sinners thereof out of it. We didn't read Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of Most High's people, 12 tribes of Israel, going to die by the sword, which say the evil shall not prevent or prevail over us. And Ecclesiasticus, I can't go there enough because it might be somebody just hearing this and don't listen to any other lesson. Hear this. Hear the word of the Most High. Since y'all say the Most High hate the sin and he loved the sinner, this is what this says. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 6. For the Most High hateth sinners and will repay vengeance unto the unrighteous and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. That's what we're reading about them. Hear what he said. In verse 9 of Isaiah the 13th chapter, he said, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Thus say the Most High. What y'all got to say about that? It says, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. Because with all the destruction happening, that's what it's talking about. All the destruction that's going to be happening, you ain't going to see no stars, no sun, no moon. You don't see nothing. All you're going to see is sitting in the air. That's all. Destruction. Because it tells you that the constellations in the sky, the sun, the moon, the stars, all that's going to maintain their position that the Most High put them in, and they're going to always shine. It's just that from all the destruction that it's talking about, that's going to happen, you ain't going to be able to see them. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus to prove that point. Ecclesiasticus 43rd chapter And we're going to look at verse 9. The beauty of heaven. Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 43, verse 9. The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, an ornament giving light in the highest places of the Most High. At the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order. Listen at this. And never, I repeat, and never, I repeat one more time for understanding, and never faint in their watches. See? So they're going to always be there. They're going to never faint in their watches. Understand, overstand this. That's why it's very important that we, know these scriptures. Going back to Isaiah 13. But from the destruction, that's why he said in verse 11 of Isaiah 13th chapter, said, and I will punish the world for their evil. He's going to punish the whole world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. See? That's what he said he's going to do. Jump up to verse 14. And it shall be as a chased roe, as a chased deer. Look at verse 13. Therefore will I shake the heavens, hear that? And the earth shall remove out of her place. He's going to shake it so bad, so the earth will remove out of her place. In the wrath of the Most High power of hosts, he had the angels bringing forth angel army of angels. And in the day of his fierce anger, he said, and it shall be as a chased deer, as a chased roe, a chased deer, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. Ain't nobody won't be bothered with them in this day. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee every one into his own land. Hear that? Everybody gonna turn to their own people. China gonna turn to Chinese, and Japanese to Japanese, Arabs to Arabs, so-called white people to so-called white people, East Indians to East Indians, gonna be going to their own people and flee every one into his own land. Ain't gonna get away from them. Gonna flee into their own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Everyone that's found will be killed. Everyone that's joined unto them, all you that's joined unto them shall fall by the sword. That's what Moses told us in Revelations 18:4. Come out of her, my people, that you be not partaker of her sins, you will receive of her plagues. Understand, overstand this. This is very, very important. It's not something I'm wrote up. It's something that's written. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Our children were dashed to pieces before our eyes. The children shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, gonna be robbed, and their wives ravished, raped. Behold, he said, behold, I will stir up this Medes against them, which shall not regard silver. Ain't gonna be able to pay them no money. Ain't no money could be paid for this. He said, hey, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. They ain't gonna care about no money. You ain't talking about no paper money, you're talking about silver and gold, a currency that lasts forever, right? He said, they will not regard it. See, their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. Them bows are missiles. It said, hey, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb, pregnant women. Their eyes shall not spare children. Hear that? So their eyes shall not spare children. So this is what we're looking at. In Babylon, America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees actually shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited. Sodom and Gomorrah, man, it's just standing there, desolate. He said, it shall never be lived in. Neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Nobody ever going to live here again. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there. Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. Ain't nobody going to be here. Nobody's going to live here. Psalms 35. Now I think I'm going to stop right there. We're going to continue on. We'll continue on this. We'll be in verse 9 and 10 of Psalms, the 35th chapter. With that, I say, all praise the Most High. All praise the MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI. Krum Most High, Krum MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI, and Krum Yasharella. And I'm out. Shalom.